There we are. Hello, darlings. Ah, hello, good evening, and bollocks. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Sunday Night Live, a Boaty's World community live stream brought to you in association with the Weeping Nuns of Caldy Island. They weep so you don't have to, and the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. He boiled for your sins. Well, it's lovely to be back with you today, darlings. And in this, the final live stream of today, we are going to be waving away Sunday and we're going to be welcoming in a whole new week, darlings. Yes, I'm afraid it's Monday morning on the horizon, but we're going to deal with it manfully or womanfully in certain cases. And we're just going to have a jolly good time over the next hour, aren't we? I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I will now clutch myself to demonstrate the sheer excitement of the virtually orgasmic joy of spending this time with you, you wonderfully top of the range community. Oh, God. I'd like to track each and every one of you down and cuddle you and squeeze you and tickle you until you squealed and wet yourselves. But yes, enough about that. uh, how's your day been, darlings? All of the normal rules apply. Tell me how your day's been, although God knows some of you have spent pretty much all day with me. Um, and what else? Oh, yeah, what you've been eating. Now, if you were watching today's live stream, you will know what I had for lunch, and I'm here to tell you. Uh, I can't say it was good because you're not allowed to say that about. But all I can tell you is that I really, 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 really enjoyed it. I do love a Sunday lunch, darlings. You know me. And that wasn't a bad one. You know, for a poverty special, it wasn't bad at all. What else have we got? Well, the Hedgehog of Truth is here. You might like to ask a Hedgehog of Truth question, which I am duty bound to answer fully and honestly. And I'm in the same mood as I was last night, so make it as inappropriate or personal as you like. I don't care. I'll give you an answer. Sean's box is there and will receive a damn good pounding in the fullness of time. And you can always leave me or the community a voice note on the community portable electric telephone. Oh, and I've got some photos. Oh, what have I got here? Oh, right. I think this is Mr. Stephen Parry's lunch. And indeed pudding. He does like a pudding, does Mr. Stephen Parry. So there we go. We've got lots to look forward to, haven't we, darlings? And let's crack on with it. I need to thank Chef Daniel for this glass of well, not just for this glass of wine. I need to thank him for the wine that I will be drinking over next the next 2 nights, darlings, tonight and tomorrow night. My wine comes courtesy of Chef Daniels. Thank you very much. It's a decent bottle. Um, and yes, I'm looking forward to it very much. So I'm going to dive into that, and then I will dive into your comments, and we'll crack on with the fun. It's such a joy to be here with you. I hope your day has been decent. My evening has been a bit questionable. I think I've broken the car a bit, or the car has broken itself. Why should I take responsibility? But I've got news about tomorrow to tell. Well, let's get on. Let's have a drink. Let's get wellied into it, shall us? And yeah, see you on the other side of this. Oh, God, that's so nice. Oh, Pinot Grigio tonight, darlings. Not my normal Rioja Blanco. Oh my God. Oh, oh, that has hit the old bread basket with a vengeance, darlings. I can't tell you how good that feels. Oh dear. Oh, oh, and now it's going down my shoulders. Oh, oh, cracking. Oh, that. Oh. Nothing wrong with that, darlings. I'm going for another one of those. Oh, what? I should cocoa. Oh, 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 so good. So good I drank it twice. Pinot, Pinot, so good I drank it twice. Pinot, Pinot, it makes me want some vice. Pinot, Pinot, now isn't it a pity? I haven't got an available titty. Anyway, enough of that. First cab off the rank tonight was Lord Stiff Upper Lip, who says, woof woof Boaty. Evening all, out for a walk with mustard, says Peter P. Right, I take it Mustard did a live. I've seen a comment or two relating to it, and it said something about it being in the dark. Is that right? Hi, Boaty and all the community, says our lovely Carol C, who has rapidly become a stalwart, I tell you, of this community. That's Carol. You know her, community stalwart. Oh yeah, she's got stalwart written all over her, though possibly not literally. Hi, Boaty and all the community. I'm watching on the active live stream. Isn't home yet? You must be on the road home by now. I am home. Tickle that like button, goes on Carol. You know you want to. It's the first thing I did, Carol, says Peter P. Good evening to you. Andrew Buttigieg is here and greets everybody by that. The perils of just being interrupted by a random wine burp. Tell you what, let's dive into Mr. Parry. You know, we can't have him too soon, can we?
Good evening.
Good evening.
On this wonderful, wonderful Sunday night, live with ours Boaty, also known as Jason.
It's true.
We have Emma, who does Monday Night Lives with Jason at 10 o'clock.
She does.
Which will be this Monday, all being well.
It will.
On tonight, we'll hopefully have Emma in the background, monitoring our messages. Also Tracy, Mrs. Greenwood, which are in it names the matron. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope everybody, if you're feeling down, you sit back and relax and take your mind off it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I'm going to send our Jason a few pictures of my roast dinner. Thank you very much. I might have a cake. If I have a cake, I'll send Jason a picture of that. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Charming. Now, there is a video, and there may be some dialogue on it. You never know your luck.
A little bit of the old gravy.
The gravy is being poured onto the roast dinner. There are carrots,
nice roast beef dinner,
peas, roast beef, roast potatoes, mashed potato, lashings of gravy. Oh, there we are. Thank you, Mr. Parry. Live streams literally wouldn't be the same without you. Right, where did I get to? Oh, that's right. That's right. Right, but I'll tell you what. Let's have a little splash more of this delicious wine, shall we? Why not? Why not indeed? Remember, drink responsibly. Like what I do. None of this daytime drinking, darlings. You saw me drinking Vimto. Where did I get to? Good evening, lovely people, says the lovely Diane Sturdy. The M11 is with us, the fantastic Emma. Good evening, with an exclamation mark. And that's a nice touch. Gosh. And I would have liked a comma after gosh, to be honest, but we didn't get one. And we're just going to have to cope with that. Gosh, I've pretty much been tuned into this channel all day. Bless you, you have. Dear me. Dear me. What a great race the Formula One from Las Vegas was. I woke up in time to see the start, says Carol C. I didn't quite listen to it live, but I was up very early. And so I listened to it a little bit behind, but I listened to it all the way through. I was downstairs staggeringly early this morning, darlings. That's why. When I joined you, I moved the live stream earlier. I moved it to 12 o'clock from 12:30 because I was keen as mustard to get at you. I just wanted to get at you. Oh, I was rampant, darlings. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for you. Oh. So I brought the live stream forward and everything was done. The washing up was done. Lunch was prepped. Everything was tidy. I was like a whirling dervish this morning, darlings. Absolutely. And lunch was a sheer delight, which is more than I can say for tomorrow's lunch, but more on that later. I'm going to torture myself in the name of YouTube tomorrow. I'm going to do two things that I hate doing for my lunch. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. I want to catch up with the comments because there could be something fantastic here. But it was a really good race, a very good race indeed. Good evening, says Tracy Cardiff. 12 p.m. was my start here, says Carol C. It's finally stopped raining here, says Tracy. Very peaceful with no traffic. Dreadful flooding in South Wales. And very sadly, somebody lost their life in North Wales, of course. Wales seems to have had the worst of it. Good evening, Boaty and all, says Paulie Galtieri. Daddy's home from a hard slog at the coalface. Yes. Yeah, Daddy's home. Get his slippers ready and put his supper on the table, or he'll take his belt off. And you know what happens when Daddy takes his belt off? That's right, his trousers fall down. They do, actually. One of the roads was closed, says Tracy. Not sure if it was flooding or a fallen tree. I listen through my bone headphones, says Carol, and get on with things while glancing at the screen. Dino Dad is with us, the lovely Ross. Hello, Boaty and gang. Alan Simpson is here. Greetings, Alan. And rock the Boaty. Right, I like the look of that place that you put in the Facebook group. I've never heard of that. I take it they haven't got anything anywhere near me as yet. But I like the look of that. Rock the Boaty, you don't tip the Boaty over. That's Emma. Have the nuns sent you sausages, Boaty? Asked Peter P. Sadly not. David James is with us. A jolly good evening to you. Look at how clean we left Windy Bum, says Jimmy F500. Oh, and I put a wash on too. Thank you. I knew the cottage was in safe hands. Today's tea, says Alan, was ham, egg and chips supreme with pineapple salsa and a chocolate brownie and ice cream. And I've seen the picture, so I know it's true. All courtesy of Brightside on the A1 at Ramjam. How far is that from me? I'm in bed, warm and cozy under the duvet, says Carol C. Dan Peters! Dan Peters! Oh, how nice. Hello, Mr. Boaty. I join you from a rather windy Bedfordshire. Dan, I know you're a busy chap. It's lovely that you've got time to pop in and say hello to your mates. I, says Tracy Cardiff, have been drinking far too much tea. Yeah. Where do you work, Boaty? Asked David James. I work in Ripley in Derbyshire, David, at a fine dining Nepalese and fusion restaurant. Just saw the pics in Boaty's World, Alan, says Carol C. Looks good, doesn't it? It looks good. It looks like a little chef might look now. Looks a great place to pop in for a road trip lunch anyway. Hi everyone, hope you're well, says Dan. That's very kind. A bacon butty has been consumed for brekkie, says Ross, who is on a slightly different time scale to those of us in the UK. It's morning time there. Andrew is saying hello to Hedgie. That's very kind. What is your daily driver of today, says Dan? It's Janet Jackson, Rover 25 L Series diesel, currently slightly broken. Good evening, folks, says Mike S. Oh, Mr. Paddy loves his grub, says Jimmy F500. Evening, neighbour, says Emma, and that's aimed at Mike. David is drinking whiskey and coke. Well, that good man. Cheers. Oh, I didn't say cheers. You're very good health, darlings. Bottoms up yours, get stuffed, etc. Yeah, cheers to anybody who's having a beverage. Was the restaurant busy? Asked Rosie. It was busier than I was expecting, and takeaways were busier than. Yeah, yeah, you've got it. It was unexpectedly busy. It wasn't mad, but it was busier than I was expecting it to be. We had a couple of. Oh, is that? Hang on. Oh no, it's obviously not. I thought that fly was dead, but it can't be because it's flown off. And flies don't do that after they're dead. I know this. Oh, there he is. Are you okay, mate? It's a bit late in the year for a fly, isn't it? He's a nice little chap. He's been hanging around the cottage for a couple of days. And I'm not joking. I think he likes me because there's only one fly in the cottage and he follows me around. I'm not joking. I promise you. He comes to bed with me when I go to bed. He hangs out in the kitchen like he is at the moment when I'm here. And he's been seen in the bathroom as well, which is quite brave, really, to be honest. Oh, we're getting some voice notes pinging in, darlings. This is a treat. Right, here we go. Here we go. Pin back your lug oils.
So what's it our Reverend broken our Janet Jackson, the LCS Ravers 25 today, sir? What have you actually broke on it? Tell us, sir.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've broken anything. I think I might have driven through a flood. Well, I know I drove through a bloody big puddle, but I think it's done something. It's just got no power. It's got no power low down the rev range. It's kind of impossible to, or very difficult to pull away without stalling. It's got nothing. Once the turbo kicks in at about 3,000 revs, then it will move. Not like it should do, but it will move. But below that, there's nothing. So either something's broken or something's got wet that shouldn't get wet. I mean, at first I thought, oh, bloody hell, the turbo's gone. But that doesn't make sense, does it? Because the lack of power is when the turbo wouldn't be there. It's when the turbo kicks in that there is a bit of power, not the amount of power that there should be. So I don't think it is the turbo. So I'm wondering if something's got wet, whether that big puddle made something wet that God didn't design to be wet. I'll give JJ until Tuesday to repair herself, and then I'll call the AA out and see if we can find out. You know, in case it's something simple, something's come off or something's got wet. I don't know. Maybe I should buy some Vaseline and grease a nipple. Although I'm not sure how that's going to help the car. Might help Cindy. Oh, a grease nipple. What a thought. What a thought on the Sabbath. We've got another voice note, I believe. Yes, here it is. Excellent. Right, here you go.
Hey, Boaty. This is David James in Canada. Just sending you a quick message from my little town called Hope, little mountain town. And looks like it's going to snow soon. Take care.
Right. First off, well, actually, no, very first off, hi, David. Thanks for that. Great to hear your voice. Lovely to put a voice to the name. Second, ladies, you're welcome. And thirdly, right, I'm straight, but if I was I'm guessing that to the ladies, that was a really sexy voice. Ladies, am I right or not? That sounded like a young and thrusting Clint Eastwood. Or is it just me? Ladies, let me know. Was that as sexy as I think it would be for you? or am I just imagining it? Lovely to hear your voice there, David. Another voice note. Gosh, we're being spoiled.
Well, Boaty, I thought I would send you a voice note because, well, why not?
Exactly. Why not?
I'm really, really tired tonight, so I may well fall asleep on you. But don't worry, because tomorrow night I will be there with you to do the live stream. So I will very much look forward to that, and hopefully other people will sort of share in my excitement about that too. Oh, I'm so tired. I stupidly stayed up far too late last night, and I've paid for it all day, which means I've literally, aside from cooking a pork roast, just lazed about, which was kind of enhanced, that's not the right word, added to by the fact that, I had a piece of toast yesterday, which seems to have caused problems with my IBS. So that also caused me to not really want to do much today. So yes, I just thought I would drop in. Mr. Parry drops in nightly, so I thought, well, I'm sure you won't mind me dropping you a little message occasionally.
I think
Anyway,
it,
I'm going to lay here and watch you now until I doze off. But I'll definitely be with you tomorrow.
oh, jolly good.
Bye for now.
Well, I think that you should be like a Mr. Parry. I think you should all be like Mr. Parry. I think you should all drop a voicely night note, a nightly voice note for the community, so that all of the community can hear all of the voices. I think you should all do it. But it's always wonderful to hear Emma. And when she says she's going to fall asleep on me, I think I might keep an arm outstretched so that when she falls asleep on me, I can still access my wine, because these things are important, darlings. It's a contingency plan. That's what it is. Because I may not be the most experienced man in the history of the world, but I do know that a lady falling asleep on you can seriously impinge your drinking capabilities. I know this. I know this from experience. Good evening, says Buddy Anon. And great news that Emma's going to be here tomorrow. We can have a jolly good Monday Night Live. That'll be fun. That will be fun. I shall look forward to that, because I'll have a bad day tomorrow. I'll tell you why I'm going to have a bad day in a minute. Are you okay there, little fly? You're probably about to die, aren't you? It is that time of year. I can't remember how long you lot live, but it's not that long. And I'm sure it's a time of year where you all pop your clogs. I mean, I'm happy that, well, I'm not happy you're popping your clogs, but I'm honoured that you're choosing to do it in my home. Or should I say our home? Because we are now cottage sharing, aren't we? This is as much your place as it is mine. And you're welcome. Please feel free to die wherever you feel comfortable. Oh, but a little bit of courtesy. Let's have something that goes both ways, right? Now, have I swatted you? Have I fly sprayed you? Have I done anything to try and get you out of my immediate surroundings? No, I haven't. So please just stay out of my wine glass. I did see you on there last night, and some things have to be private, some things have to be out of bounds. So keep away from the wine glass, keep away from my food until I've licked the plate. Other than that, go mad. Hang out wherever you like, and cling on to life, basically. I mean, you're still scampering around a little bit. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you must be on the back nine of your life, but yeah, enjoy it. Go mad. Good evening, peeps, says Buddy and on. Hope you're all safe and sound after windy Bert hit us today. Oh, another voice note. Gosh, we are being spoiled. I love this. This whole live stream should just be you lot sending in voice notes. All I should do is say hello and then goodbye. It'd be much better if it was all just you without me rattling
Hello,
on.
Mr. Boaty.
Hello.
Don't forget to paint your box
I
in
will.
the style of Mr. Humphreys from Are You Being Served?
Well, I love Simone. Oh, I do. Okay, well, when I'm free, I will be sure to do that, Simone. Rest assured, Sean's box will not go unpounded on this evening. Good evening, peeps, says Buddy Anon. Hope you're all. Oh, I've done that one, haven't I? Have you buggered the clutch already, Boaty, says Andrew. Nothing to do with the clutch. Funny turn time, says Emma. Curbed rim, says Peter. You piss-taking swines. No, it's not my fault. I haven't broken it. Pinot versus penis, says Emma. Discuss. Although I might have read that wrong, because do remember, darlings, that I am academically, I am kind of legally trained. I did 3 years of law, and one of the few things that I can remember a hell of a lot about my law studies because I was fascinated by it, and I didn't intend to stop. I just got a better offer. So, honestly, I'm not kidding. Every little bit of case law that I ever studied, I can pretty much remember in total, especially tort law. I was always fascinated by tort law, and honestly, I can remember every single case. But one thing I can also remember is that, so Emma's written Pinot v. Penis, discuss. Now, if that was a legal case, as in, well, if any of you have ever studied law, you will know this. Donahue, Stevenson. I've missed a word out there, and I've done that purposely. But if you've ever studied law, then certainly tort law, then the first case you would have learned about was Donahue, Stevenson. I guarantee it. And once you've learned about it, you never ever forget it. But the point is, Emma said Pinot v. Penis. And if you've ever seen a court case written down, then it will be written as so-and-so v. so-and-so, right? Kramer versus Kramer, Kramer v. Kramer, that kind of thing. Or if it's a criminal prosecution, then it will be the Crown v. the defendant, right? But the point is that in law, you don't say v or versus. You say and. So it's Donahue. So although it's written Donahue v. Stevenson, when spoken, it's Donahue and Stevenson. There you go. I keep telling you, this channel is a learning experience for you people. You get insights into things that you either knew already or aren't interested in, and that is invaluable. You don't get this shit on Hubnut. Poor old Hubnut. Poor old Hubnut. He's like the cultural YouTube reference for everything, isn't he? And I bet he's a lovely guy. Underneath. Sorry, Ian. God, I'm going to meet him one day and he's going to bloody clobber me, isn't he? Oh, there's a feature. Right. Which YouTuber do you think would be most likely to start a fight with me if we met in real life? That's a great feature. That one's going to run and run. Maybe the hinge on the fridge is going to squeak soon, says give me a 500. Oh, I should also have said, says Alan, that I am travelodging it tonight for $24.99 in keeping with community aspirations. Alan, I adore you, sir. And I salute you. This you are the embodiment of the Boaty's World community. A £24.99 Travelodge. That is absolutely fantastic. Now then, Alan, right, I'm going to give you a sacred Boaty's World community task. At £24.99, you haven't paid for breakfast. You know that. I know that. We all know that. Your job in the morning is to try and blag a free breakfast. Now, I'm going to help you. I'm going to teach you because Neil and Sophie and I and Joe, Big Joe, not Little Joe, we stayed at the Travelodge, the seafront Travelodge in Rhyl, North Wales. And our job was to try and blag a free breakfast in the morning. And they fell at the first hurdle. So, right, the lady said, "Oh, have you booked and paid for your breakfast?" And Neil said, "No." And Sophie said, "No." And Joe said, "No." And they had to pay. I said, "Oh, yes." And I got it free. So that's your first lesson. If you're in a Travelodge trying to blag a free breakfast and they ask you if you've paid, always say yes, darlings. Yes, it's dishonest and you'll probably go to hell, but you know. I mean, I could justify it, right? A Travelodge breakfast is unlimited, correct? Right? This is your justification for your free Travelodge breakfast. If you go to a Travelodge, it's a breakfast buffet, right? And it's unlimited. You can eat as much as you want. So that meant that Neil could have paid for his breakfast and got 4 plates of breakfast and kept one for himself, given one to Sophie, one to Joe, one to me, and that would have been all fair and above board. So just pretend he did that. And if you're blagging a free breakfast, then in your mind, just think that the person before you got twice the amount of breakfast and gave theirs to you. And then you haven't done anything wrong. And it's all above board. So that is your job for tomorrow, Alan. Report back tomorrow morning and let us know if you blagged a free breakfast or not. I am gutted that I will not be going on a road trip tomorrow. Well, I am going on a road trip tomorrow, just an incredibly short one. But I would love to be going to the Travelodge in Carnarvon tomorrow. It can't happen, but touch wood, fingers crossed, it's going to happen a week tomorrow. And I can't wait, darlings. I can't wait. I'll be so excited about that. I want to get away. I want to have a little break, especially after the week I've just had. Now then, good evening, community, says the wonderful Lee Jean, and good evening to you. Good evening. What a joy to have you here. Mr. Paddy always has company, says PB. Well, he's a very popular man. Yep, I'm up for it tomorrow night, Boaty. Let's do it, says Emma. Do you have WhatsApp? Well, who's that directed at? You know, I've got WhatsApp. We've got the. Is that can't be directed at me? Who's that directed at? Okay, I'll get the number. Hang on. What's that all about? No idea. Mr. Paddy eats like Henry VIII, says Ross. Dan Peters says it's getting cold and winter is here. A good splash of wine is a good thing. I agree with that. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Emma's giving out the community number. I see. Right. So presumably that was for. Presumably somebody asked for it, and I'm guessing it might be David, given that he actually sent a voice note. Good evening, lovely people, says Ian Hully. How does Boaty do it? He's got more boing boing than an Energizer bunny. I have normally got quite a lot of energy, darlings. Yeah, I mean, as long as between the hours of 2 o'clock and like 10 o'clock, so 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., then I'm good for nothing apart from a really rigorous, intense, committed pottering. That's all I'm up for between those hours. Outside of that, then yeah, I'm normally pretty energetic and poised and ready to go. I have the odd off day, don't we all? But today, today I'm just feeling it. I've been feeling it particularly from last night. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling ambitious. I'm feeling I've been quite horny actually, if I'm completely honest. That comes with all of the positivity and all of that sort of thing. I Anyway, let's not talk about that. Did you put posh diesel into JJ and give her a dervgasm? Asked Alan. I didn't. I'm looking forward to seeing Boaty cruising around the Peak District with the top down in his new steed, says Paulie Galtieri. Yeah, well, hopefully that will be happening on Wednesday. Funny, that's exactly what happened to Smashing Pistons and his ZS diesel. Okay, did he solve it? Was there a solution? Going through water will get things wet. Spoiler alert, says Ian. Oh, and Simone joins us and says hello. That was definitely a nice voice, says Fun Stuff 24. Yeah, I'm a bloke. I'm a very straight bloke. But I thought, yeah, that's a voice. That would do it for the girls and possibly do it for some of the men as well. God, it almost turned me. A fantastic Canadian drawl. That's the thing, isn't it? That foreign accents are kind of sexy. But the good thing is it works both ways. So that when I was living in America, then the fact that I had a British accent, and I did used to exaggerate it. Sometimes I was James Bond. A lot of the time I was Richard Burton, and it does work. It doesn't matter what your accent is. When you go with it to a different country, it's automatically sexy, which is handy. Yeah, you might be from the black country, but go to America and they'll say, "Oh wow, my God, your accent is so sexy. Huh? Would you like a sandwich with some artificial cheese in it? Half price to you, you sexy voiced mother funster." Did I ever tell you about the night when I spent a whole night searching Las Vegas for a sandwich without cheese in it? And I failed. I went everywhere in Vegas. I'm not even lying. It's totally true. Unless things have changed, you cannot buy a sandwich in Las Vegas that does not contain cheese. And I mean a sandwich from like a gas station or a 7-Eleven or a convenience store. I don't. Obviously, you could go to a diner and say, "Can I have a sandwich?" And fucking don't put cheese in it. Fuck's sake. But I mean a sandwich, that you buy and take away. They've all got. Well, I say cheese. Uh, Cheese doesn't exist in America because give them. I give the Americans credit for two things. One is that you're allowed to turn right if nothing's coming at a red light. That is just common sense. And two, Americans recognize that cheese is wrong, but they compensate for it by putting artificial cheese into everything. You try buying food in America without artificial cheese in it. It's not possible. Sarah Parsons says, yes, that was a lovely voice. Oh, a lovely voice, says Tracy Cardiff. And P.S., hello to all, says Fun Stuff. Hello to you. Don't ask me, says Simone. Pork sword to pottering boy. Sorry. Sorry, that really just made me laugh. Pork sword to pottering boy. That's a Richard Burton reference. What was the film? Was it The Wild Geese? Sort of puttering boy. I'm screenshotting that because that is going to be the title of tonight's live stream, darlings. Box or to puttering boy. Was that Clint Eastwood? Says Jazz Brown. I thought it sounded a bit Clint Eastwoody. Most likely a dodgy math sensor on JJ, says my guest. Not too much of an ass to sort out. Oh, good. Eh? Matron's here. Hello to everyone who's come in since I first said hi. Oh, I missed you saying hi the first time. Sorry about that. David asked Diane, whereabouts in Canada are you? Oh, says Andrew. Oh, Emma's sultry tones. She was sounding particularly sultry there, wasn't she? Oh, my goodness me. It'd get your senses tingling, wouldn't it? Whoa, what? That voice whispering in your ear? My God, that would make your elderly ear hair vibrate if she was actually nuzzling that straight into your lug-hole. Oh, that'd send the shivers down your back. Emma's warm lips vibrating your ear hair. God. Sounds like Miss Whiplash has just woken up, says Ian. For breakfast, I had a stale, says Funstuff24, and I don't know what that is. Sexy IBS talk. I know she always spoils it, doesn't she, by mentioning her bum action. It was going really well up until then. ASMR again, says Jimmy F500. Fun Stuff says donut with tea. Now roasting chicken with roasted veg for dinner. God, I did it. Oh, I did enjoy my lunch. Sorry to keep banging on about it, but I really did. I've got staff curry for supper, and when I've reached the end of the comments, I'm going to tell you what I'm having for lunch tomorrow and why it's going to be awful. I hate them flipping flies. Annoying, says Jimmy F500. Slip the fly some Momo chutney. I have got a bit of spare chutney in the fridge that's going to get thrown out. So yeah, the fly might as well have it. I think I've got a crack in one of my teeth, says Baddy Scrotter. Calm down now, but I know the pain's going to come back. Oh, anybody struggling with your teeth, you have my absolute sympathy. I can't wait to get to Nepal next year and get all my new ones fitted. I feel bad for the bumblebees. Bumblebees has to be said in a black country accent. Bumblebees. It just has to be done. Paulie Galtieri says, I feel bad for the bumblebees when that happens. And yeah, I've been there. I had a bee called Bernard when I was set, and that was before I met Bernard, the real actual Bernard. I had a bumblebee called Bernard in my Welsh cottage, and he came to me to die. And I made him, this is true, I'm not making this up. I made him a little home in the front porch, and he lived in it for the last 3 or 4 days of his life. And he seemed quite happy, and we were friends, and I loved him. And then he passed away, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, and it's actually on Facebook, because this would have been in 2008 or 2009, and I signed up for Facebook, and I cried. I cried when Bernard, my bumblebee, died, or when I found him dead. And I was happy that he'd had a good end of life with somebody that cared for him and cared about him, and he was warm and comfortable and safe, but it was still so sad. He was like my companion for 4 days. Genuinely, it's on my Facebook profile if you scroll back to then. He's gone mad talking to flies, says Ross. Look, mate, you live alone, you talk to anything, right? Right. I do genuinely believe that you people are there, but let's face it, I'm talking to a portable electric telephone. And that's an inanimate object, really. Okay, we've been programmed to believe that it's not, that it's a communication device to real people. At least the fly is real, and here I'm just talking to a bloody screen. And oh, I apologize. That was uninvited, unwanted. Oh God, my entire digestive system is now breaking down, darlings. Today's been too much for it. Oh, in the interests of full disclosure, my breakfast today was the crust of a multigrain loaf with butter. I'm not going to lie to you. I had marmalade on it, and it was wonderful. Lunch was good as well. Did I mention that? What accent would Mingebag Stalin have? Black country, poorly, black country. I love that Simone gives Boaty different role play styles in which to pound Sean's bugs. I love that as well. Simone is fantastic. Is he beasting Emma again? Would I do that? Oh, Bad Books is here. Good evening, all. Good evening to you. Oh, he picks on me all the time these days, Peter, says Emma. I don't. Must be love, Emma, says Matron. I don't pick on you. You're mixing me up with your ex. I'm sure there was an ex, Mr. Lemon. I'm sure you mentioned him once. Or maybe twice. Who am I to talk? I talk about my exes all the time. In great detail, very inappropriately. Oh dear. What a knobber, Emma, says Peter P. He's in trouble next time I see him, says Emma. What have I done? I haven't done anything. Hubnut and the headlight disaster, says Barry Scrotter. I'll lend you my spatula, Emma. You keep that spatula away from me. Things don't go Pete Tongue anymore. They go all Hubnut. Ah, Diane. Donahue and Stevenson. If I recall, something to do with duty of care. It was the ginger beer. Diane. Right, presumably you've come across the case at some point. So yeah, tort law, duty of care, and it was the slug. Was it a slug in the bottle of ginger beer? God, I say you never forget it, and now I've forgotten some of the details. I remember the name of the case. My bowels have gone hubnut tonight, says Emma. Peter P says, Matron, the spatula of consensual bum doings. Indeed, Peter, says Matron, the spatula of consensual bum doings. I'll screenshot that. I've already got the title for tonight's live, but that can be the title of another live. Hubnut wouldn't dare to start a fight with Boaty. He'd leave that to the little woman. Oh, I wouldn't fight Carly. Carly's lovely. I'd love to meet Carly. I think Carly is fantastic. And I hope that Ian is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a lovely, considerate partner. I'm sure he's a dedicated stepfather. Actually, I am. I genuinely think he would be. Well, I mean, we can only hope that he's an enthusiastic love machine between the. I don't want to think about Hobnut. I don't. Sorry, I don't want to think about. Hang on, let me just poke my glasses. God. You shouldn't think about anybody pottering, should you? I mean, it's. Oh, God. I don't want to think about any YouTuber going at it. It's just, oh, dear. Especially not. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, God. It'll make some great merch, though. I mean, you know that Ian loves pushing his merch. Just imagine. Well, hello. I've just given Miss Hubnut here a jolly good scene to, haven't I, dear? Yes, you have, dear. That was absolutely splendid. Yeah, and head to the Hubnut merch store where you can get the where you can get the t-shirt I gave Miss Hubnut a damned good seeing to. I'd buy that t-shirt actually. Oh God. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You know, it's a bloody good job that most YouTubers are a damn sight more professional than me, and it's probably a good job that that I'm never going to be in any way any sort of a success. Because imagine how many people I would offend. That I mean, I'm talking about potentially doing this full time on the first of the month, and imagine if I put out. Imagine if I had a breakthrough video and I picked up 20,000 subscribers and I suddenly started earning real money. And then one night I'm in a Travelodge and I get pissed and I've got 1,000 people watching a live stream where I start talking about the most indescribable, unimaginable filth and just lose it all overnight. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Furious driving can handle himself, says Paulie. I can't read that, Jimmy F500. Oh, there is an issue here, says Alan. The Travelodge I'm in was built beside a little chef, so it does not have its own buffet breakfast offering. They encourage you to go to the Starbucks instead. Boo. Well, boo indeed, Alan. 60 watching, says Emma. I would put my money on Steph from iDriver Classic, says Barry Scratter. What, in beating me up? Only 23 likes, says Barry. I have official breakfast business, actually, goes on Alan. I'm going back to Brightside to see how their breakfast compares to Little Chef. That is a valuable civic community duty. Andrew says you'll need Boaty's law tips after getting caught trying to blag a free breakfast from listening to his friend's breakfast tips. Hubner is a really nice chap, says Alan. He's a lot quieter in real life than his YouTube persona would suggest. Who would fight you? I shall muse upon it. Emma says I would love to wrestle Boaty. I reckon I would win too, and it would make great content. Oh dear. Peter P says, Emma, Boaty fights dirty. Dirty fighting is my absolute favourite, says Emma. I was watching Boaty the other day, says Barry Scrotter, and for some reason I thought Joe Brand could voice over one of Boaty's vids. Didn't Hubnut Belingo get towed away by the police outside the NEC Classic Car Show because it looked abandoned? I don't know. I hadn't heard that. Oh, David's back, the lovely our Canadian friend who, and now we know what he sounds like. Perhaps I should move to the UK to take advantage of the accent. David, you would be beating them off with a shitty stick, as we say here in the UK. Canada, fascinating country. I've flown over Canada so many times, and I drove to Canada once. I've told you the story before, and got so drunk I can't remember any of it. That was for my 30th birthday road trip treat. We drove to Canada from Chicago, and then just drank Canada. Basically, I can't remember hardly anything. In fact, I remember that we did it, and that's about it. I can't remember the journey. I can't remember anything. Oh dear. Peter P says, David, just leave voice notes and let them come to you. Good advice. Yeah, I recently found Jeff sent Boatman that vid about NEC shenanigans. Oh, Where Eagles Dare. Yeah, that was it. Where Eagles Dare. That was the one. Emma will be moist, says Matron. Okay, next time I'm there, I'll treat you to some sultry earworms, Boaty, says Emma. Emma whistling up your plug hole. What an image, says Peter P. Oh, and then we're talking about the lovely Ian's camper van conversion in his tiny Citroen Berlingo. My friend Sheila bought a Citroen Berlingo, and she bought one of those things that the front of it turns into a bed, the back of it turns into a kitchen. And she came to visit me here and spent the night in the lay-by just down the road. And then got very frustrated trying to wake me up to, right, I'm coming up now. Are you awake? Right, I'm coming up now. Are you awake? Right, I'm coming up now. Are you awake? Fuck you. I'm going to get a bacon sandwich from the... I'm sure Bernard would be pleased to know you named her after a dead bumblebee. I didn't. There's a story as to why Bernard is named Bernard, but it's got nothing to do with the dead bumblebee. David says Emma's voice was very sexy. She has got a very sexy voice, no two ways about it. I need to do some bedtime stories, says Emma. We should do a joint one. Let's do a joint live stream one night and just do a bedroom story. You play the woman, I'll play the man. Emma could have done the M&S ad with that accent, says Paulie. He'd be alive today if he could have got out of that bloody porch, says Stephen G. And that was B with a double E as well. I see what you did there. I was once, says Emma, in contact with the guy from a dating site, and he would just want me to make up stories down the phone to him every night. I obliged in the hope of getting some. I never did. Oh, poor old Emma, and a quest to get some. Oh, dear. Come on, you lot. We're a community, one for all and all for one. Somebody take the dreadful drive down to Norwich and give Emma a large portion to the tune thereof. Barry Scrotter had sausage casserole, veg and mash for dinner. Carly is really nice, says Simone. I imagine that she is. I'm just too obliging, says Emma. I wouldn't make an enemy of Steph. I drive a classic. She's absolutely lovely, but she'd definitely call people out for bad behaviour. I've never met her, but we have spoken by message, and she certainly seemed lovely. 51 watching, says Emma, and enjoying Boaty acting out Hubnut, giving Carly a damn good scene to. Peter P says, T-shirt, I've been hubnutted. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh, no offense, Ian. I'm so sorry. Oh, God above. Oh, it was worth staying awake just for that one comment. Oh, Lord. Oh, a hedgehog of truth question from Andrew. Which YouTuber or their partner would you podger? Oh God, I mean, there's a long list. Right, that Korean bird that I haven't watched for ages. The brunette out of whatever they're called, camper vibe. Eleanor, what's her face? Eleanor Grace Diaries. I'd do her. Not my normal type, but I'd make an exception. Carol Ann, obviously, I would be more than happy to have a go on her. God, I'd have to go through my subscriber list. There are many more. Oh, that one I found the other day. Oh, I can't remember. She's from somewhere around here, and she's the sister of a famous YouTuber who is her brother. Can't remember her name or the name of her channel, but yeah, her definitely. Rate my takeaways, missus. I would, yeah, very happy to have a go on that. Oh God, I mean the list goes on. I could be here all night answering that. I'll come back to that. Agreed, Simone, says Alan. Carly is a legend, very giving with her time. I'd love to meet her. I'm sure she's absolutely fabulous. Secret project would help you with full-time YouTube, Boaty. It really would. Yeah, it really would. In fact, yeah. Oh, that would be a vote swinger. Yeah, if the secret project was a thing, then that would tempt me to just do it. Whatever. Hubnut bottled doing lunch with you and mustard, didn't he, Boaty? Stephen G. Yes. Yep. Answer came there none to that. He wasn't up for that at all. Drank Canada Dry. Oh, I see what you did there. Boaty, Emma and Mustard should get pissed and do a Derek and Clive. Yeah, come on, says Emma. Who wants to come and give me a large portion, please? Not that I'm desperate or anything. Dasher Duster, mate. Cracking little campers, says Stephen. I wouldn't have to drive far, says Mike S. Crikey, that's a long pottering list, Boaty, says Andrew. Oh, there are loads more. That's the main reason why I look at YouTube, to look at people that I think, well, I'd like to go on. I'm a typical YouTube viewer. I'm a male pervert, and that is the typical demographic. What? Rate my takeaways, Mrs. Sadly died? Well, she made a video the other day. Or are you talking about the previous Mrs.? I'm talking about the one that is just married and had a kid with, who's a pretty successful YouTuber herself. And I don't think she's just died, has she? Emily Shields, the Volvo-loving 20-something from Mansfield, is quite a hottie, says Alan. Anna from Girl on Swiss Road, I think the channel was called. God, she went to desperate measures to get off Boaty's pottering list, says Emma. In Hubnut's defence, says Blackline, she was probably terrified of being stuck in the back of a caravan between Mustard and Boaty and all of the flatulence with only a non-opening window for an exit. Oh, there's a new one, Bad Books. There is a new one. Fine looking woman. They've got a joint channel, Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire. They went to the Heights of Abraham and he lost his shit after he realised he had to pay 60 quid to go up in the cable car. Oh dear. And considering they're two really successful YouTubers, their joint channel is absolutely crap. Really bad. Bedtime for me, says Simone. And it's bedtime for all of us. But before we go, I just want to quickly tell you about what I'm planning to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm planning to go to a budget pub, which I hate, for lunch in a budget pub, which I hate, and I'm planning to have a carvery, which I absolutely hate, and I'm planning to film it. I will pound the box. I'm free. I'm free, Mrs. Slocum. There we go. There's the pound. There it goes. Yeah, there's a pub that I used to really like up on Ola Bar. You know Ola Bar? And if you don't remember the name, you'll know it when you see it. I've taken you up there loads of times. And I said in a recent video that Boo and my favourite pub up there, whatever it was called, the Chef and Brewer one. Oh God, I've forgotten what it was called now. They've sold it. It's been taken over by another company. It's a lot more punch. The Peacock. But there's another pub there that used to be whatever it was. I can't remember. I went there once with the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty. I mean, it's a stunning location. And it's now something called, I think, a Stonehouse Pizza and Carvery or something. And it's been like that for 5 years or something. I've never been to it. And they sent me an email today. I must have signed up to it at some point, probably when they took over. It's called the Moorlands at Ola Bar. And they sent I'm thinking, right, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And they sent a voucher saying, right, you can have a carvery for £6 with this voucher. And it's valid from Monday to Thursday of this week only. And I thought, okay, fuck it. I'll go up there and I'll have a really shitty carvery for £6 and I'll film it. I hate carveries. Everybody knows I hate carveries. The food will be awful. The people in there will be awful. And it'll be a horrible experience. It'll be a horrible pub. So I'll do that. I'll film it. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Well, that's the plan. Maybe I can't be asked, but the pounding box must be like the TARDIS. It's got to be getting rather full. No, Ian, because coins have been coming out and notes have been going in when I needed them for the restaurant. Yay, Boaty does Toby. Yeah, so I imagine I'm going to... That girl with the big ass working on a BMW E30 is rather nice. Oh dear. The parsnip of broken dreams. So yeah, that is my current plan for tomorrow. Plans are subject to change depending how I feel when I wake up and depending on what I'm doing. But the current plan is I need to drive Officer Crabtree. Now, it's not far to Ola Bar. It's only about 5 miles from here. But I could go the long way round, film a bit, and do a £6 carvery. Because I got £6 in tips tonight. So there you are. So that is the current plan, subject to change. And I need to clean Windsor Davis up, get that ready for Wednesday's going to be the day of focus this week, darlings. Monday's just going to, oh my God, I need to open the fridge door. Oh. Yeah, Wednesday is going to be the focal point of this week, darlings. Oh, um, the old car swap. That's going to be quite exciting. I've got Windsor Davis's everything sorted out. All I need to do is to clean clean him up and put some fuel in, and then head up to. People like me go to Carvery, says Black Lines. I find them quite posh. God. And yeah, that'll be Wednesday. So, well, there we are. You're only meant to play the bloody door off. Right then, darlings, that is going to be about it for tonight, I think. Excuse me, I'm just heading back to the bridge. Oh, dear me. Oh, it's that roasted shallot. You know, you eat a roasted shallot. That's not good with headphones on, says Ross. I felt like I was inside your sphincter. Oh dear. Crap pub, crap food, crap people. Have a nice time, says Stephen G. No, it'll be a laugh tomorrow. It'll be a laugh. I won't go out of my way to be awful about it. Who knows? I might even enjoy it. It is a very scenic location. What else do I need tomorrow? I need to send some gloves to America. And depending on when the YouTube money goes in, if it doesn't go in until 4 p.m., then I'm going to need to appease the vengeful gods of the overdraft. I've hardly got any cash this weekend. It's not been a very good weekend at work, but what I've got, I will have to pay in, assuming that the YouTube money doesn't go in until late afternoon. But we'll deal with that when we come to it. How many gloves have we got left, Boaty? Says Jimmy F500. I don't know. Probably about. I honestly don't know. Maybe somewhere between 500 and 1,000, I imagine. Oh, God above. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. So there we are, darlings. Those are the plans for the next few days. Tomorrow, I'm planning to possibly Tomorrow I'm planning to possibly go for a car free. And over the next 2 days, I need to get Windsor Davies ready for Wednesday, which is going to be the focal point of this week. God. And do remember, darlings, tomorrow night, Monday Night Live, starting at 10 o'clock, an hour earlier than usual. It will be Emma and Boaty's Monday Night Live. And thoughts and prayers to you, Gusset. And he has the audacity. That might actually be tonight. I'm screenshotting that as well, because thoughts and prayers to you, Gusset. That's got to be that's got to be a potential title. I don't know which of those three is going to be the title for tonight. I'll have a look at them in a minute. Oh God, if he goes for carvery tomatoes, then over the next 2 days there'll be more squitting. Saves the cork from your bottle of wine. Right. There we are, darlings. There we are. I like to finish things on a high note. An F sharp, according to somebody. Right. All right, darlings. Seriously, I must thank you so much for today, for keeping me company all day from 12 o'clock this morning all the way through until gone 12 o'clock tonight. 12 hours of your incredibly valuable time. And I'm just so grateful, and I have so much fun doing this, and I hope you do too. And yeah, I mean, God bless you all for being there and being wonderful. I am going to head off now. I'm going to get myself prepared for bed. And I will catch up with you tomorrow, darlings. God, if it's not one end, it's the other. Don't forget, darlings, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to be me and Emma. And all of you guys, and it's going to be great, great fun. So yeah, thank you for your company all through today. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend, and let me wish you all a safe, peaceful, warm, dry, and comfortable night. A good day ahead. May Monday be kind to you, and may you be able to take some joy from it somewhere, somehow, and take really good care of yourselves. And if you're lucky enough that you have people that you care for or who care about you, then take really good care of them too. And and thank you for all of the comments. Oh dear. Right, I need some curry in my life. And I'm off to watch. I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to watch tonight, darlings. I'm going to watch some Harry's Garage Road Trips, is what I'm going to watch. I imagine that if Emma and Matron are still awake, there might be a bit of action in the Mary Huff management chatty box. All right, darlings, thank you so much. Take good care. Much love from me. Do join me and Emma tomorrow if you possibly can. The candle will be relit 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Emma and Boaty's Monday Night Live. Much love to you all. And on that note, pachoo! And indeed, bosh. Oh yeah.